If you're joining me, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. So, you guys, this is why the good black men are going SYSBM. By now, I'm sure you've heard about two different scenarios that went viral. One where TD Jakes said that women are being raised to be men, and then another recent scenario with the swim thick party. I think both of these situations speak to why a lot of the good black men are going SYSBM, and we're going to get into it. Start with the TD Jakes situation. So by now, you've probably seen the viral clip where he basically tells women that one of the reasons that they're having hard times finding men who want to marry them is because they are being raised like men.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house, but until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away.
I don't think he's wrong. I think what he actually said is quite true. And you know, of all of the different conferences and all of the different books and encouraging words he's given to women, him dropping some red pill truth, honestly, it's warranted. And if anybody, he should be qualified to say this kind of things to his congregation, because he has a long history of showing these women that he cares or that he loves them. But the very fact that his words were met with such resistance, to the point to where now you have people going and saying that his church is empty. You have people who decided to not return. He was getting backlash from his words that were considered misogynistic, when all he was doing was sharing how a lot of men feel. What this does is expose the fact that there are a lot of women out there who just cannot accept the truth, or at the very least cannot consider the perception of somebody else. If that perception challenges them, if that perception causes them to look internally at their own flaws, they refuse to accept it. And who can be in a relationship with a woman like that? Who can be in a relationship with somebody who has to be right at all causes, or who can never be criticized? And we have created a culture, in my humble opinion, we have created a culture where women, and black women in particular, cannot be criticized when it comes to their relationship skills. And if that is the case, if when men stand up, a man with the reputation of TD Jakes, who has done plenty of conferences focusing on women, meant to build up and encourage women, if even he cannot say anything constructive to women about their relationship failures, then what are men supposed to do? And this is precisely why I think there are men who are looking at this and saying, you know what? If this is the culture, if this is the mindset that I'm going to get even within the church, I need to expand my options. I might need to leave this country and go to an area where women are not, who don't have this mindset, where women may be more traditional, right? Or they may be more, they may, you know, appeal to more classical gender roles. Like, I'm gonna go find that, because I don't want to have to sit down and argue with a woman and why I think she's being too masculine. Or I don't want to have to sit down and argue with a woman and tell her why being submissive in the context of a godly relationship is healthy. I don't want to do that. I just want to go to a woman who naturally does that. And men have that option today. And quite frankly, many of them are doing it. And honestly, if this is a response, if anytime men come and share their perspective on what is going on in the relationship market, let it be clear, we've all heard what women have had to say, especially within the black community. We've all heard these black men are gay, these black men don't work hard enough, these black men are in jail, these black men like Becky. We've all heard what women have to say about it. So now that men are giving their perspective, if nobody wants to hear it, then what are these men supposed to do? They're going to go where they're going to be heard and respected. And if that is outside of the borders, can we really be mad? So this is why I think there are men right now who are really looking to expand their options, because again, if they're being met with women that they believe are hard-headed and are not willing to even take constructive criticism, are masculine and refuse to behave otherwise, they're gonna go to where they believe they can get a better option. Talk about the swim thick video that went viral. First off, if you have a medical condition or something going on that is making it difficult for you to lose, this is not the video for you, because we are going to talk about weight. So if you're sensitive about that, discontinue watching. In an effort to try to create a space where diversity can be accepted, we have in essence moved health standards. This is my primary issue with the body positive movement. I am all for people who have differences that they can control, genetic differences, like maybe they're really short, or maybe they go balding easy, or maybe they have different skin issues, or whatever it may be. I'm all for, okay, let's create a space so that they can still be honored and valued. But that doesn't mean that we should remove health standards. You being at a place where you're a couple 100 pounds overweight and you don't eat healthy, or you don't exercise, and you don't treat your body in a way that is good, that's not positive. There is nothing positive about that. Being in a position where you are at risk for heart disease and other chronic illnesses, there is nothing positive about that. And so I struggle with this whole message of, you know, trying to paint a picture as if being unhealthy is okay. Being unhealthy is not okay. And while Black women every 15 seconds are complaining about how we're being homicided by Black men, the primary things that are killing us is our diet. It's, you know, heart disease and diabetes and some of these other chronic illnesses that are harming us. It is our own eating habits. It is our own health practices. So yes, I do understand there are some women, like I said, that have different medical issues and things that impede them, eating disorders. Like, I understand all that. So it's like, yeah, you want to create grace for people who are on their health journey, but on that health journey, let's not pretend like being unhealthy is okay. It is not. And that is the primary issue I have with this culture, where not only are we telling people, okay, we can celebrate differences, but now we've gotten so far to the other side where we want to remove standards. And it's not okay to do that. It is not okay to do that. It is not okay to remove standards that can keep people, or that'll actually harm people's health in the long term. And that's what's happening with Black women. And then now you take these standards and put it in the dating market and expect men to accept you. It's not going to happen. Because let's just keep it real, y'all. When we talk about the good Black men, all the good Black men that women complain about, right? The celebrities that we see who are dating out, the NBA players that we see who are dating out, the successful rich Black men who are dating out, those are the ones that most Black women are complaining about. They're not complaining about Pookie over there, or the dude living next to you, or the guy working at the post office. They're not really complaining about him. They're focusing on the high value, high paid Black man. And they have already made it clear that they want to be with women who are healthy. They've made it clear they want fit, feminine, friendly women. Like, this is what they want. And I'm like, if since the only thing that women want is the good Black men, the primary ones that they have made it clear that they desire is the high paid, high earning, attractive, whatever it may be, Black men, then it's about time we listen to what they want. And they've told us what we want, and yet we continue to give them what we think is presentable. And there's a disconnect. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I think there is a big portion of them who are also going SYSBM. If they look around their community, and what they're seeing is, in one instance, women who cannot take constructive criticism, who refuse to be feminine, or who think being masculine is okay. And in another instance, they are met with women who don't even want to take care of their own bodies. And when they are told that they're unhealthy, they get offended. What are these guys supposed to do? What are these guys supposed to do? And many of them, what they're doing is they're going for the best option. They're saying, you know what, forget about it. I want to date or in my community. I'm having a hard time. I'm going to go where I can find a woman who is fit, feminine, friendly, and quite frankly, more affordable. And again, this is what a lot of men are doing. Some of them are going to the Dominican Republic. Some of them are going to Africa. Some of them are going and finding, you know, Black women in, you know, in Latin America, or, you know, like I said, Virgin Islands, Caribbean, whatever it may be. But if they're not finding what they want in America, they're going to go where they can find it. And I think it's about time we really start to sit down and ask ourselves, if we are complaining about these different things and we continue to run into the same answer, is it possible that what they're telling us is true? Can we at least consider that there is an ounce of truth in some of the criticism? And I think the sooner we can sit down and say, okay, you know what, let's just get real. Maybe I don't have it all figured out, right? Maybe what TD Jakes said, maybe he had some truth in it. It hurt, but maybe he's true. Or okay, yeah, maybe I emotionally feel comfortable in my body that's, you know, 300 or 400 pounds overweight, but actually I'm really unhealthy and I'm in pain. Let's deal with that. Like, I think as soon as we have these honest conversations and start to move in a way that's going to be healthy and constructive, I think we would start to see less contention within the Black community, especially as it pertains to relationships. But if we continue to turn our nose up anytime there is an ounce of criticism, you're going to continue to see Black men SYSBM and go for the best option. And quite frankly, I don't blame them.